Well, welcome to Winton Wetlands and another e-scooter adventure. Now, I've upgraded my scooter to a much more powerful one. My original one served its purpose. It was built for the suburbs. It was heavily discounted, and I just wanted to see whether it was going to be powerful enough for me for getting around, going grabbing shopping and having little explorations around places that I go to in my van. Well, I worked out that, hey, I'm an adrenaline junkie. Having a low-powered scooter isn't for me. So, let's chuck it into top gear and move on, because I've got to go and see if there's any yellow-footed Antechinus up the top of the hill and get this adventure underway. Woohoo! Let's go see whether we can find any yellowfoots. Hopefully we can. Oh, what an awesome morning it is. We've got beautiful light. It's a very slight cool breeze, but I can feel that changing. The sun's starting to heat things up. We'll get 33 degrees today here. But at the minute, it's just beautiful. Great to be back up here. No yellowfoots just yet. I thought, plonk myself down where they were the last time I come up here and just watch, see if anything comes my way. Just see how we go. Then we're going to head out on the scooter and do some exploration of areas that I've never been to before, but also ones I have been to in the past, and we'll just just see what we can come up with photography. I spend a lot of time down the bottom of the hill and no sighting of any yellowfoot, so I've gone for a bit of a wander up the top of the hill. Straight away I spot one. Kept playing peekaboo with me, so I wasn't really getting anything except for the odd glamour shot when it just poked its head out, and I was lucky enough to get a shot and he'd disappear again. Sprinted off down to here, where I quickly got onto this log, got myself comfortable, waiting for it to come up. And I noticed there's one behind me. You might see it scooting around every now and then, but that one's pretty skittish as well. It's just plain peekaboo. So as I'm waiting for this one to come out, I noticed there's some more up there. Two others mucking around. They're all females. They'd be 4 months old, and I think they're all from the one communal nest. But anyway, yeah, this one comes and surprised me. It was just here, and by the time I got the camera up to my eye and tried to zoom back out, I had the zoom lens right in to try and get it nicely framed. Hopefully it had bound across the log, and it did, and I was far too slow and I missed out. I did get it on the other log over there, a little bit of its backside, but hopefully it gives me another opportunity. It's still hanging around here. It's not as skittish as the others, so yeah, just wait, but it's really exciting. So I have a snake in a puddle of water that's left in the dam, the big dam, at the back of the campsite. And just on the other side's a turtle sticking its head up. Only a little bit of water left, a couple of more weeks. That turtle's not going to have anywhere to go. Actually, there was a lot of big fish in here. They've probably been picked off by all the raptors. But this snake is looking for anything it can find, frogs, tadpoles, maybe even a little fish. But yeah, it's that's pretty cool. I made it to the very western end of the reserve, so just here. The road finishes here, there's a gate just there. I will go and check all this out in a minute. And this is where we camp at Greens Hill, that's where I always go to. So it's not that far to get to here. That's the swamp, which is really only a winter one. I've never seen this in the summer actually have water in it, or you know, maybe a little puddles here and there. Continues down about 100 metres that way and a little bit less that way. Yeah, it's completely bone dry. There is no water there. Well, I've got the map here. In a minute I'm going to take off and we're going to go and have a look at this area here. Have to open a couple of gates. But in the meantime, I'm going to have a little chill out, see what's around visually while I'm sitting in the shade, give the scooter a little rest. I absolutely love having this scooter, being able to get into every nook and cranny of this reserve and anywhere else that I want to go to quickly and quietly. The noise you get from these is only a tiny bit more than you'd get from riding a push bike. Most of the noise comes from the tyres on the stones. The actual motor, well, there's two motors in this, one at the front, one at the back, but I just use the back one to reserve power. They're ultra quiet, you just hear this tiny little whir. Yeah. Hardly notice it. So that means we get to use two of our senses rather than one when we're driving in the car. So in the car, it's visual only. With push bike and an e-scooter, we can use our ears to pick up on anything around as well, to alert us to anything else around where we might not have picked it up with our eyes. I've got a cold. I've had 3 in a row. I think I've had a week and a half, something like that, in between each one. Chest cold, head cold this time. Wow, look at that. There is no water to be seen anywhere. Okay, the Hub Cafe is out that way. My campsite is out that way. And this hill that I'm on is usually an island, completely surrounded by water. And there is just nothing. Now, when I first came up to Winton Wetlands, there was a ton of water around because it was the start of that wet cycle that we go through. So there's a 10-year cycle, something like that, that you'll have wet for a short amount of time, then you go back to drought, and then that circle comes around again. So when I first come up here, it was almost full. The second time I come up, within a month or two, it was completely full and they had floods across the road. You couldn't get in here. You had to come around the back to be able to get in. So it's just amazing now to see probably more the normal side of the wetlands, that it's turns into grass plains. Yes, interesting. All right, so with that, that's what we need to sort of do in this video, is just have a look at what we can find when we're into the drought and have fun taking photographs of birds and animals. If there's any little puddles, that's where they're all going to gather, and that's where you'll find me. Now, you may not be able to hear this bird carrying on, but I did. Even though I was riding the e-scooter, I picked it up, and it was an unusual call. I know these birds, and I've talked about this before. I have very acute hunting instincts. I pick up on birds' conversations, and they tell me what's going on. And they were telling me loud and clear that they weren't happy with me being around here, even though they're up high in these trees here, about 8-9 metres high. They'll, straight away I'm thinking, chick, there has to be a chick here. And there it is, just up there. So yeah, too high to get a shot, but just switch on to your natural instincts. If you hear a bird doing an unusual call, stop and have a look, because generally there's a predator around that's going to attack the nest, or a chick that's flown out of the nest, or it might be you that's upset mum. I'm finishing off the day down at the dam. My setting is not ideal, the temperature is not ideal, but it's the same up at the van, so I thought if I can find some shade and be close enough to the water that, I'd set myself up. So that's what I've done. I have a visitor coming to see me, very young red-bellied black snake. There's another one down having a drink of water, but yeah, this one surprised me. He stopped about 1.5 meters from where I'm sitting. I've put a couple of stages down in the water. The background is not suitable, but it's good enough. I'm really hoping for some unusual birds to come down. Birds that you don't see very often is my goal. At the minute, there's nothing. There's no birds. It's very quiet, but that may change. It's 5:30. Sunsets at 8:30. So within another hour maybe, they might start coming down. Catch you later. Well, good morning. Certainly is. Nice cool breeze. I've been up the top of the hill with my mate Brian, so we could find any yellowfoots. We found one. Gave us one glamour shot each, and off it went. So I decided now that Brian's gone, I'm going on a scooter adventure. So we're going to the far east of the reserve and see whether there's any water left over in a little bit of a swampy area over there. Photograph some birds, or maybe even see another yellowfoot. They are over that area. All right, let's get on with the adventure. Right, so I've made it to my destination. And there's no water here. Let's take you off. I didn't expect anything to be here. It's sort of a creek, have a fair bit of water in here, and when it's really sort of heavy rain for weeks on end, it will come up and go into the forested areas as well, become a swamp. So I'm going to cruise around and just see what's here. I found a really nice body of water here, and there's plenty of birds around. I've got the white-plumed honey eaters. I've got plenty of photographs of them. I don't want any more. But there's other birds here as well. So I'll just see what happens. Just sit quietly amongst these trees. And chill out. I'm going out for an afternoon session on the scooter. We're going to the very western end again, but this time we're going to go all the way around to the dam wall and check it out. Never ever been there before. Hoping for, you know, some exciting times with the camera maybe. Who's done this? Look at this. I don't think I can get through. Bloody crap. How am I supposed to do this? Turn the camera off and find out. Got it. Found some water. What's in here? Oh, there's logs. Oh, there's the reed warblers I've already seen. Might be a night. Oh, there's a turtle. There's a turtle. I'm going to turn the camera off and get some footage before it nicks off. Awesome. Got a shot of a turtle on a log. I've been wanting a shot like that for years. Finally, we get one. Oh, I'm enjoying this spot already. We've only just turned up. It's too hot standing out here to hang around long enough to get a shot of, potential shot of reed warbler. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. We're just going to keep cruising along. It's a southerly breeze. It's been here all day. It was there last night as well, so that helps if you're sitting in the shade, but out in the sun, yeah, it's just too hot. So let's get back on the scooter and keep on exploring. Looks like some information's just up here. I'm at the far end of the lake, and yes, there's no water here neither. Who knows, there might be little pockets here and there, but I can't see anything at the minute. Turn you around. I'm going to completely circumnavigate. Oh. Ah! I lost the camera. Hang on. I'll start again. I'm going to go around the whole lake, past the hub, and all the way back to my campsite. It's probably similar to going back, so I'm going to take the risk and do it. Who knows, if we run out of battery and we have to walk for quite a few kilometres. I've got 55% battery left. Let's give it a go. Crazy, but hey, I'm going to do it. Well, I've hit the dam wall and I'm heading around to the hub now, and I'm 45% battery life left. Am I going to make it? I've just made it back into the main entrance of the reserve. My top speed is now 23 kilometres an hour because the battery has dropped down significantly to 21%. I have about 6 k's to go to the campsite, so we're going to make it. But we started off at 30 kilometres an hour with the speed, and we've certainly dropped down a lot now. I started off at 84% charge. This scooter takes far too long to charge up. Only trickle charges. It would have been more comfortable if I'd have had it fully charged. I have about 80 metres to go. It's saying that the battery's completely spent. I'm doing 8 k's, 30, 20, 10, We made it back. Well, the sun is going down on another awesome day in paradise. I've had an absolute ball today from start to finish. Met up with my friend Brian, and we had a little tiny session with a yellow-footed Antechinus. We got one shot each, and then that was it. It all had finished. And then I rang up my friend Helen, who's another wildlife photographer, and we met up in Brunello and had a cuppa. Then I've come back, jumped on the scooter again, and circumnavigated the lake, or the swamp, as the proper title is, of Winton Wetlands. What an awesome adventure that was. Testing out the range of the scooter and just enjoying nature going past me, and stopping every now and then, taking photographs of little birds and turtles. Oh man, bucket list finally ticked with them. Trying to get the camera out the backpack, I'm always too slow. Now I have a viewer called Dee, hi Dee. She suggested that I use a cotton carrier so I can get the camera off and be able to photograph straight away. Yes Dee, I know, I had thought of that. I have got one, but the R1's just far too big to use for that, too bulky. So I don't want to use it on the scooter, but there's no reason why I can't use it with my R5C. But because I've sold my house and I'm living permanently in the van, I have that stored away at one of my in-laws' place, and I haven't been bothered to go and grab it. But something that I will give it a go sometime. So yeah, anyway, tomorrow I may nick off, but first I might have a session up the top of the hill, see if there's any yellowfoots around. If not, I'll leave and go back home, because tomorrow we lose this southerly breeze that I've had all day today, and now it's quite gusty, and the temperature rises again. So it's going to be 33 with a northerly. So I think, yeah, I'll go home. I don't want to sit out here all day for no reason, because there's nothing much around. I could go for another hike on the scooter, but chances of me sort of getting any photographs are a bit grim, as I've already found. But anyway, that's what's on the cards going home tomorrow. So we'll probably finish up the video tomorrow morning. Good morning. It's another beautiful day. The sun has just come up over the hill. There's no breeze and the temperature is beautiful. Now let me show you around where I'm going to start my search for the yellowfoots. That's at the top of the hill, where I always start, in an area where I've always had great success with finding females and males having communal nesting sites, as well as females bringing up their young in the dead standing trees that have hollows in them, and the logs on the ground. All right, so let me show you around. So over there's just been one of my most successful spots with nesting sites. And as we cruise down, we get a lot of logs, a lot of branches and logs on the ground where they nest, and in that spot just in front of us there is where we saw one young female yesterday that gave us one shot each. Continuing around. So there you go, they're all sites where I've had great success over the years. This tree just in front of me, I spotted a yellow-footed Antechinus, and it was right up near the top. There's a hollow up there, so I'm assuming that maybe it lives there. Anyway, it mucked around for a little bit and then came down and went around the back of the tree. Then I see something fall to the ground. Another yellow-footed Antechinus juvenile. So two juveniles chasing each other, and I can't believe that it dropped 2 metres to the ground to get away. That's how athletic that they are, and it sprinted off. Now the original one has been mucking around down the bottom, and I haven't been able to get any shots because it's too dark. Then it's moved down the hill into the darkness even more. So wasting my time trying to stay with that. Time is limited, but yeah, it's too dark at the minute. The sun's just not down here for me to get a decent shot in good detail. It looks like my little adventure has come to an end. As always, it's been an enjoyable time up here, chilling out, catching up with some friends, exploring more of this amazing place on the e-scooter. Yeah, I've had an absolute ball, but it's time for me to go home. Now I'm going to leave you with something that I try and live by myself, and that is live with as little regret as possible. And sticking to that rule, I have something that I have to deal with that I don't want to let slip by, and I need to man up about it. Alright, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video and got something out of it, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel and get more of this amazing stuff, click on my pretty little face just down there in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. Hit the little bell, you'll get notification whenever I do anything else. If you want to go and have a look at all the other mad and crazy things I've been doing in the past, click on my icon right here at the end of this video. Takes you to my channel. I talk about photographing and filming wildlife in the forest and open forest environments. And whenever I go on adventures, I always take you with me. And when I buy cameras and camera accessories and e-scooters and anything to do with travelling, I do reviews on them and give you my honest opinion on them. So go and have a browse. It'll be something here of interest to you, I am sure. So just remember, if you don't do, you don't get. So get out there and start photographing, filming wildlife, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.